This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, November 12th. I'm here with Stephanie, Erica. I'm Jeff. Brandon has the night off. Let's jump right in, guys. A contestant on Jeopardy got his final question wrong last night, but he won our hearts. Let's watch.
Let's take a look at your response. Did you come up with the right one? No? What is "we love you" out? That's very kind of you. Thank you. Costs you $19.95. You're left with $5. Okay.
We rarely see Alex Trebek break down.
Yeah.
Rarely.
There was one time last season, I think he had just finished chemo, and James Holzhauer was on his run, and he did something that he kind of got a little choked up about. But really, I think that people are just so invested in Alex Trebek because I think it also reminds us of a time in our lives where we watched Jeopardy with people who have since passed on. And so it's like such an important part of like American television.
And he always makes it about the show, never about himself.
Yeah.
And I think he got caught up in the moment, wasn't expecting that. And I think all the outpouring of love, you know, through this trying time that he has, kind of caught up with him just in that one moment.
I know. So, I mean, I'll be very, very honest. I do not watch Jeopardy. I do love Alex from the things that I've learned from him since working here. And I know that Erica is like the biggest fan ever. She literally tunes in every night. She loves it. It's like on countdown. But I think what's really nice is from what I've seen of him is like how he's dealt with his battle, how he's faced it with the public, and just seeing that little bit of like kind of, I don't say he doesn't show human emotion, but that was really pure.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know? He was cute.
He's an American icon, that's for sure. All right, guys, moving on. Did Tamar Braxton's social media get her in trouble? Uh-oh. In a now deleted post, she basically says men who go out with women for 3 or 4 days and don't touch them, well, they must be gay. But now she's backtracking. She says, I shouldn't have been in my feelings and ranted on social media based off a conversation with my friends. You should never go ranting on social media. That's the first piece of advice. But listen, I don't want to throw Tamar Braxton away. Everyone has their moments. Everyone says stupid things on social media. I think it's more about the conversation that we should have from this.
Yeah, I think she did the right thing by coming back and being like, listen, I was in my feelings.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone on. I should have taken a step back. A lot of us can learn from that. Miley Cyrus, we just talked about recently, made the comment about she was glad that or basically she had given up on men because all men were crap and she had to date women, which a lot of people were really upset about, because people are like, hey, I was born this way and you're just opting into this when it's convenient for you. So I think that there was disappointment. A lot of times things come from disappointment, and I think that Tamar's LGBTQ fan base, which she has a very strong fan base, were disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the kind of thing where sometimes we see people lose their jobs and careers over comments like this. We're in that day and age where now you've got to be very careful with what you are saying and putting out to the public, even if you are, in quote, in your feelings. Like, we all say things. I mean, we work on a show where any second we can say something that we didn't quite mean or could be misconstrued or whatever. So I really feel for her. But it is the time also when you have to really, really, really think about it, especially on something where so many people are following you. And, you know, you are a big influence to younger girls.
Yeah, and I think the gay community was offended by this. But what about just in the Me Too movement, just a regular guy is like, hey, you know, I better not, we had some drinks, I don't want to force myself on this woman tonight. You know what I mean? If they're like going...
You shouldn't force yourself on any woman anyway.
But you know what I'm saying? You don't want to make that move because you don't know if it's the alcohol or you don't know if she's ready. So that's what I'm saying. So if you don't do that for 3 or 4 days, now you're gay?
You know
what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying, because you're trying to be a gentleman and also be cautious.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden it's being turned around into something else. So yeah, basically, Jeff, you're right. You can never win.
You can't win.
No.
You can't win. But good conversation. All right, guys, speaking of good conversation, how about this? Sean Spicer's dancing days. Oh, we cued the music early. Well, those dancing days are over. The judges eliminated him last night on Dancing with the Stars, and a lot of people are saying it wasn't soon enough. Let's take a look back at some of his greatest hits.
Their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes.
Why haven't I found another a baller? When times get hard, need someone to help me out instead of a scrub like you who don't know what I'm.
Well, we dedicated today's DBL to the memory of Sean Spicer on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I mean, okay, right, let's just be real about this for 1 second. Okay, memorial and all that, but whatever. Right, let's be real.
Okay.
We all want to see someone who's just a bit crap.
You're saying we want to watch a train wreck?
I want to see the guy who's doing the dad dancing in the hideous shirts that do not really fit. You know, like shaking and wobbling his beer belly a little bit.
But
it's the truth.
You want to watch it, but
I want to see that.
Are you voting for that?
Would I vote for that? You know what? I would probably rather watch this a little bit longer than some prima ballerina who's spinning and twirling and hitting every single toe ballpoint change. This is more entertaining. Do I want him to win? Absolutely not. But do I want to see him give it a good go in the final and fall probably hideously on his face? Yes.
No.
I want to see
I could understand it being for like a couple weeks, but it got to the point where it's like, okay, no. First of all, I'm a person who is very much committed to the rhythm. I told you I had to quit a certain workout class because my teacher could not hear the rhythm and she was not on beat and it was triggering my vertigo. So when you are watching someone dance and they are not on the beat, like that is very jarring to some of us, and I can't take it. I'm surprised more people didn't complain.
But not all of us in life can just be so great, and it's sometimes nice to celebrate someone who's just giving it a go.
What about my vertigo, Steph?
Yeah.
Just
what about
don't watch him for that 1 minute, and I'll watch it for both of us on 2 TVs to keep the ratings up. I like you.
Well, there you go, because he gave it a good go and he was terrible. All right, guys, it could be all over for one iconic soap opera, the whole show. Raquel, what's going on?
Well, Jeff, Days of Our Lives is going through its own life real drama, and fans worry this could be the end of the soap opera as we know it. The entire cast was just released from their contracts, and the show is taking an indefinite hiatus this month. Right now, reports say NBC will decide if there will be a 56th season next year, but a source tells People it's not the end of Days, saying the show will almost definitely be renewed, adding the cast and crew were prepared for this to happen. So, DBL Nation, what do you think is going on?
Thanks, Raquel. 56 seasons.
Wow.
Wow, good response.
Well, no, I was gonna say we had some inside scoop.
Yeah.
Some possibilities of what could be going on.
Can we dish that?
Yeah.
It could be a contract negotiation thing to negotiate them getting less money.
Well, I think that's reasonable to say because more people are going to streaming services and things like that. So the daytime audience is getting less and less, which means there's less and less money to go around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty reasonable.
I mean, sadly, it's the world of television, isn't it? And, you know, if the show is or isn't getting the ratings, we all live in that industry where at any point we can just be cut off if we don't get the ratings and numbers, guys.
Here's a question.
I'm just being honest.
No, you're right. Here's a question. How did we end up in the generation that the generation before us made all the money and we didn't?
I know, we were born a little too. We were born a little too.
Seriously, I am not even kidding you. There is always one generation where the generation before killed the game, and then all of a sudden you get up there and they're like, no, we're gonna give you reasonable dollars.
Well, there's always Dancing with the Stars there.
Hey, that's my dream job. That is my dream.
I don't know if it's a job, but
Part-time vocation.
there you go. All right, guys. DBL is live and coming up, actress Kim Fields joins the DBL panel. She's dishing about facts of life, living single, and giving us the scoop on her new Lifetime Christmas movie. Don't miss Kim Fields coming up next.
This November, escape the winter with a luxury-included Caribbean vacation to Sandals Resorts. Watch Daily Blast Live every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL November 26th. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime. This November, DBL is better than ever.
We're gonna go with that.
Don't miss a minute of Daily Blast Live.
All right.
That's the best.
Yeah, you could do it, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about just how things work out. There's always one in every industry, just about, unless your industry is like, you know, IT or something like that, or something tech. But like you had this generation that you saw really do well, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna follow this protocol, like I'm gonna follow these steps, and then it's your turn. They're like, no, what we're gonna do now is we are going to eliminate half the people, whoever's left, do all the work, and then we're gonna pay you barely livable wages.
Dang.
Seriously, that's how it happened. I mean, think about it. I started in radio when I was I started in radio in '99. Like, contracts were like millions of dollars for people who were working seriously 3 to 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pay my rent when I got hired, and I was not living in the lap of luxury. It's crazy. It just happens like that.
Less viewers, less listeners.
Yeah, I guess like it's like everything like peaks and troughs, doesn't it? So like obviously like even the world of like cinema is dying because everything's going. So what will happen, I believe, is that, you know, eventually it's like Game of Thrones. You know, like we're all tuning into that, and that's like it becomes your cinema, isn't it? Where you're tuning in, and then daytime becomes more like streaming. Like, we obviously are lucky, we're blessed to be on both, which is honestly, guys who are watching this on digital, this is very pioneering in the television industry.
Absolutely.
It's so pioneering.
Maybe we're the generation that
But also,
it.
like, our generation now, our big
From his
boom is
lips.
IT. It is digital. That's like the big boom now. So that's why you saw like all the Snapchats and the Facebooks.
Right.
Like, they were at the top of their IT boom.
I don't know. No, it's just deeper conversation. Just like everything, it's money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Movies are too expensive. Why would you go there when you could get it cheaper at home? Why would you pay $100-something a year for cable when you could get another streaming service? I think everything needs to come down.
Welcome back. We had a special guest in the DBL studio earlier today. The incredible Kim Fields joined us alongside our co-host Al Jackson and Sam Shocker and Erica Cobb. We had so much fun. We wanted to play the interview again. Check it out.
Of course, you know her from The Facts of Life. Who could forget Tootie? And Regine from the hit show Living Single. Kim Fields is here. So we have so much to get to, Kim. Looking fantastic, by the way. But really important, and our DBL viewers know that I love me a good Christmas movie. You're starring in a Lifetime Christmas movie called You Light Up My Christmas. Before you chat about it, I want our viewers to check out a quick clip.
All right. You know, my dad had this whole ritual every single time that we got our tree. First, we had to start with the hot chocolate.
Boom.
And then he would start playing carols, and he would always start with
Deck the Halls.
How cute. I know this movie is going to give us all the feel-good vibes.
Oh, yes, all the feels.
Now, did I hear it's based on a true story?
You know, there are elements that are based on a true story that actually is from right here in Colorado. So the origins of Christmas lights, I don't know if you know this, I'm an expert now. But the origin of Christmas lights is that a man out of Colorado eons ago, his son was sick, and so he took light bulbs and dipped them in green and red paint and strung them outside of a tree outside of the boy's window. And it said that the boy felt better, and so that's kind of the origins of Christmas lights, based right here in Colorado. Exactly.
Our own backyard.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And our movie, absolutely, and our movie takes place in Cherry Creek.
What? So when we watch it, we're going to feel all the nostalgia of like right here. Oh, I can't wait.
Absolutely.
It gets better and better, folks. Better and better.
Well, even better because we're going to see some familiar faces in this movie. Your castmates from Facts of Life.
It's very exciting to invite them to be a part of the movie. There they are. And you know, I was just really glad that number one, they said yes.
Speaking of Facts of Life, Charlotte Rae, the beloved Mrs. Garrett, passed away last year. Tell us like some of your favorite memories of her.
You know, when that happened, it was so bittersweet because, of course, she had lived such a long and wonderful life. She, of course, was dealing with PanCan as well, as a lot of people have to deal with. And we were glad the suffering, you know, was over. But she always loved to hold hands, and I tweeted and posted about that. I made a video about it because I remembered, like, she just always loved, every time we were photographed, she would love holding our hands and things. But she was just the best, and people think she was maternal with us. She had so much respect for our families that she knew that that wasn't a lane for her. But at the same time, she never competed with us. She walked a very fine line with us that is very unique, and definitely she's missed all the time. So much so that in our Christmas movie, You Light Up My Christmas, I had the production team name the ice skating rink after her. And so it's called Charlotte's.
Oh, pulling on our hearts.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan. I'm open about that at this point. And you know,
bless you.
I grew up watching you, and I'll just I'll say this, and I've talked to a lot of my friends, and they just say they don't make shows like The Facts of Life anymore. Do you have any reason like why that is? Because I feel like so many people could look at somebody on that screen and identify with somebody on that screen. And I don't know if we have that as much anymore.
I think as a content provider, I feel like, you know, society has changed so much. Our sensibilities have changed so much in terms of what our main set of sensibilities are. But that being said, we all, whether you want to call it guilty pleasure or just kind of that closet nostalgia, whatever it is, we all still long for that. So I think we're trying to find that balance, which is why you have so many reboots, which is why you have so many people clamoring to networks like MeTV. But they do want that for their kids even, you know, and to be able to tap into that. But we're just in such a different time and place as society, you know, and as a culture. So I feel like that's kind of why there's not really shows like that are new.
Kim, real fast, before speaking of society, you're exec producer of a Christmas movie, you're in Christmas movies. When do you put up your Christmas tree?
Valentine's Day.
November 1st in my house.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Some people do like Thanksgiving. You know, our family's been talking about Thanksgiving is just getting such a bad rap. But usually right around December 1st, probably this year.
She's a little late.
Well, no, I'm not late now. That's just what we do.
That's real.
But this year, because December 1st is really special for us because that's when the movie premieres, we will probably do the tree trimming December 1st.
I love that. So stick around with Kim because we have so much more to discuss with her. And again, You Light Up My Christmas, it premieres on Lifetime Sunday, December 1st. We're all very excited. Stick around. More Kim.
If you have medical...
Hi DBL Nation, welcome to Fast Blast, the entertainment edition where I give you some headlines you might have missed. So let's get started with Disney Plus. Now the streaming service is here and it's off to a rough start. New users are having problems connecting to the new app because Disney says it's trying to keep up with the high demands, which are causing glitches. Now this is just the start of the streaming service wars, and it looks like it shows no signs of slowing down, with Disney on top right now. And we are finally getting our first look at the new Selena series heading to Netflix. It stars Christian Serrato, who is also on The Walking Dead. The series will chronicle the life of singer Selena Quintanilla Perez, who was killed at 23 years old. Now, the new live-action Lion King had mixed reviews because it was hard to connect to the look of the characters. Well, this lesson was not lost on the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. After fans complained about the beloved characters' looks, the movie studio did a total redesign. Now take a look at this. What do you think? Personally, I think it was a smart move. Way to listen to your fans. And that's it for the headlines. See you next time.
This November, DBL is better than ever. We're talking with the father of school shooting victim, Kendrick Castillo.
You know, he was my best friend, and he was the love of his mother's life.
A woman finds out her mother's fertility doctor may be the father.
I'm thinking my dad is not my biological father.
Meeting a transgender mountain climber determined to conquer the world.
Took the risk of becoming my authentic self.
And unraveling mysteries in our true crime chronicles. And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast Live this November. We never stop talking about what you're talking about.
We are back with Kim Fields. Now, before the break, we talked with Kim about her new Lifetime Christmas movie and the facts of life. Jeff, you had a question that you did not get in.
Okay. Take me back to when you were on Living Single. What was it like to be such a big part of a groundbreaking show? This was, I was thinking about this all night.
I know you were. I know you were.
Big Living Single demo. That's a
I think you stole my question, Jeff.
I believe because you're such a team, that was a team sentiment that you all are burning to know the answer to.
Yes.
Living Single was such a tremendous experience. We had such a great time. When people talk about chemistry, we are one of the greats, in all honesty.
Yep.
Yeah. We had the most amazing chemistry that just jumped off of the screen every single episode. And that wasn't manufactured. That was as real as it gets. It still is to this day. We were all and continue to be fans of each other's work. And you know, when you're in it, you don't realize, oh, we're doing something groundbreaking. You really are just excited to go to work and do really great work and breathe life into extraordinary characters. And that's what we did.
And your theme song, I think, was stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Single.
I want to see you kick that leg up with that baby right there.
Erica, do you mind if I jump in and ask a quick little heat question?
Yes.
I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you think Friends copied off Living Single?
What you think?
Oh.
And there's a reason I asked that question. They're very similar.
What you think?
There's a little tea being sipped. There's a little tea being sipped. Just saying, there are some similarities.
You know, if we can inspire other great content, then amen and amen.
She got the pinky out, too.
Yes.
You just stay inspiring other content.
Absolutely.
Seems to be a theme. You were on season 22 of Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
How physically challenging was that?
Girl, it was amazing. I got my whole life doing that show.
Really?
Honestly, because it was such an experience. Hey, yay, and did you guys see Sash last night?
Yes.
Yeah, there we are. But it was a great experience, you know, and to get a skill set at that level that I can now use in other things. So
Do you ever go like to a wedding and cut it
I was
up?
going to just ask.
Yeah, at Sasha and Emma's wedding, it was quite the dance party. Absolutely, I'm amazing.
I think a lot of people don't know how many hats you wear. I mean, you're wearing a really cute one right now, too.
Thanks, girl.
But you also own a coffee company.
Yes.
So
yes.
talk to us about that.
Signature Blends by KF. And so, look, there we are.
Look at that. Do you have a holiday blend?
Yes, we've got a whole holiday collection. And I'm very excited because it's not something I just slap my name on. I don't do that.
Good.
If I'm in, I'm all in and very hands-on. And so it's me and my team really crafting and blending these wonderful brands of coffees, teas, hot cocos. We ship all over the world. We deal with a wonderful array of about 36 to 40 growers across the world.
Wow.
So it's great to be a global citizen and to be able to, I love creating characters and crafting. And so doing that now in something else, you know, is really exciting.
Girl, you do it all.
Thanks.
I'm so inspired right now. Let's give her a big round of applause. Kim Fields, we loved having you here. Thank you. We will be right back.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Good Hair. We're pretty used to the roller coaster temperatures here in Houston, but can a sudden change in weather make you sick? Let's connect the dots. On the surface, plummeting temperatures do not give you an illness because at the end of the day, getting sick requires you to come in contact with bacteria or viruses. Experts do say a sudden change can make you feel a little bit under the weather, but does not directly cause illness. But what it can do is weaken your immune system during a time of the year when colds and the flu are running rampant, and people with asthma can struggle when big temperature changes hit. The best advice? Wash your hands. Dress appropriately for the weather and get out and about when the temperatures climb again. Stay warm, everyone. Connecting the dots, I'm Rekha Muttaraj for H-Town Rush.
So look, you are huge on social media, right? And you build your following. You're always talking about being a boss. And we all know what you do, coffee company, executive producer. Why is it important for you to send that message to women specifically?
You know, I'm not trying to send it just to women. It's to humanity.
Okay.
Because I think everybody needs that reminder that we all have that boss spirit in us. Whether you are flexing your entrepreneurial skills or you're, you know, working with or for someone else, or you are not employed at the moment, that's still a spirit that lives in you. But there are other spirits that can live in us. So if I can help to, you know, help you bring out some more of that positivity and that energy, I have people that do that for me, and so, you know, why not share?
And you're being yourself, and that's so important now. A lot of people are being somebody else.
Exactly. I don't know, and funny, I'm an actor, and so I play a lot of characters, but honestly, as Kim, I don't know any other way to be but my authentic self.
I love that.
Anything else is exhausting, unless I'm getting a check.
I feel that. So, listen.
Wait a minute. Did y'all see these pants? Look at her cute pants.
She loves my pants. I got them from a consignment shop, really like 20 bucks.
They're so cute.
So
Okay,
listen,
yes.
I have to ask you, my friends will kill me because we love living single and we love Regine.
Yes.
So what are some life lessons that you took? Maybe you're not Regine, that was a character. What are some life lessons that you took away from her or the other castmates?
You know, I love the fact that Regine was so insecure and that she tried to cover it up by dealing with her exterior, because the interior was whack. And I love that on the 5-year journey that she was on with living single, it was about getting that interior good, you know, and her friends being very real around her. You know, like when Khadijah told her one day, you as shallow as a kiddie pool. I'll never forget that. That was forever ago.
But you need your friends to keep you in line.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Yes,
you know,
do.
sometimes your friends will be the ones that give you the hard truth, and that hurts.
Yes, but at the same time, in love, there's a way to do stuff. Know you got home training.
And manner. Say it in love.
And manner. Say it in love. Don't just come on out the side of your neck.
Please.
This November is better than ever. We're talking with the father of school shooting victim, Kendrick Castillo.
You know, he was my best friend, and he was the love of his mother's life.
A woman finds out her mother's fertility doctor may be the father.
I'm thinking my dad is not my biological father.
Meeting a transgender mountain climber determined to conquer the world.
Took the risk of becoming my authentic self.
And unraveling mysteries in our true crime chronicles. And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast. Of the day is boats.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments, Erica.
Yes, Tammy Gibson says, I give Sean credit for putting himself out there and doing this. I'm not a fan of his, but this was probably good for him to get his mind off his former job. Good point. Stephen George says, I mean, Steph has a point. Who didn't watch American Idol back in the day just for the terrible singers? It was pure comedy. Simon, Randy, and Paula.
Let's be honest. That's why we're all tuning in. That's the best bit of those shows, where you watch the people that like really believe in themselves, and everyone's told them that they're good, but really they shouldn't be there.
It's so sad.
It's true. Let's be real. I don't want to hear some pitch perfect girl singing every single week. Give me the train wrecks.
All right, there you go. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Happy Tuesday, everybody.